That's how I don't know say to come so say my car say high Badwam on Adom TV multi TV so if we say break up him say no nkono bo pound minute aduonu no e nyina ya said yes say ya dwena o my Ghana o man ko dum pempen so say edu de bia da me da wase sawaje bre say o hwe na watimi atie bi so penfo atena say na sa here Charles BCU I don't think so he has here done a declaration of him. It's been part of the process from day one basis abre unima me catch also say Ojina the new patriotic party are named Ewo Isikado Isikado yeah Keten yeah say Ojina say don't forget that seat already Ira Jogati and etiso ana ene ode baton na share Ira Charles BCU and so no crane say o hwemudi ana te say aya te say MPP for ana biribiada omodesa akonwa no ewura mrashi Badwam but yenim say obepeja emanim ana say obe maintain that small gap bina about and I said there's going to be a surprise about what you cannot just all the time get it right and a stronghold CBF follow and the weaker host CBF so again strongholds you can imagine it's going to be a beautiful contest but the truth is for the records it's the new patriotic party and abribia don kunim date me di mo we pay. If you want to assume, you are assuming that barring any hitch or a Sikado Ketan potential member of parliament for 2025 a year Badwam one position for front. Era a year Charles BCU Akwaba.
Yeah.
Constituency Boko.
Oh, my that's a bit for constituency Boko. Na to the American. Yes, it's got Ketan or your MPP stronghold. But that doesn't mean that they are complacent. On the last 2020 elections, one Koyam MPP or BBP. So Nana Kufadu Chum by 15,000. Now you got them then the gap now by up to about 2,500. On Chede Wanyejuma. On the politics, I can be there or Kakrawasu being chrono bimba, but no so ayebi. And it doesn't mean that I'm a more common. Honestly, easy. Because first of all, politics ubia won nabaze nebisaze ubia was saying talk of politics and no our as politician being able to address them on no eden on my bone your politics that then people are expecting you personally to do things for you but not to them but in yankasa by your conduct your kwayesha bopi no ama wa bandam and me just dancho ejuma ye for parliament normal laws and now equality na you check on executive no nanche idea but ya jatum so there human development so I then wa be county I'm not complacent me there nyamina adomoya mutuma gap and I give respect to candidates of NDC because no so I ganin and honestly no so can on my competition I can next card for I then
when touching base what are some of the major issues that I work constituency
to the ganin na but there share commercial first of all there share dynamics no one. It's got to contain a farming community, a rural community, a rural urban. And see what are some of the jobs development. In the day and America say ya ben ya bomazin ya kasa until the America ne roots minister or kokojo krumende. Of course it's got to contain roots no. Na mo ide yezo born. But I'll tell them to rest assured. Only human be ide then yezo boa constituency nti Sabi Yembe Opono, yenye current member of parliament, Honorable Jogati, myself, regional minister, Yabom yenye root minister Kasadombra. Now omboshe ye kwan na zinti mi just on chebia a kwan problem you to me I then ya solve no do. Na so apart from there, if you're free there, if you're me de. If you decide to address all of them, if you are a nipakro into me then addressing that's where you have to set up structures. Structures not being formal, ne as the market we go for needs, a far for needs, but that's a what it's got a 10 population, it's about 145,000 people. It is the most populous in the metropolis. A catacrazy, a fian quisiminti, also no Bisafo dos, Bisafuni about 51% over men. Bisafun they are about 51% more than men. I mean, about 1% over more than men. And see, actually, naturally, now your free zones. It's industrial. I bet the industrial enclave be. Wait then. Dodo na wait then. worship to create jobs. Don't do that. No, worship police, immigration, but on our ban, but the private sector, which is the engine of growth. I will to my employ youth. Not sure that them areas in Lesha on the mature structures. It's upon stadium always got a curtain, but for quite some time, utilizing. Then I say, okay, renovation. How are we going to utilize it? We'll be bought on ice water, we'll be bought on Nisban, so about match and other way games were. All these things have to come to bear because those what them know. By Kauma Aban and Amoba. And say, as Empia, you need to be innovative enough to do. And now, I'm also known there, young politics is no. People are descending. And can now send catching upon Ezada or Otto onto the bio. The Ghanaian voter Najum will and it's like that all over the world because of globalization. Because there could be Chamanda, Mutumake research in the market. And see, one no quar noiden ya ketron se botuma ya kitchen intum ya naiden a kitchen say mbibi na wobotum so ya na kitchen by doing so na build relationship into that mam ken I'm there mokro around catch delegating and the wife the population the infrastructure you lobby me I some ka there and pay ira sense buachi okokojo kromende no akosho me wi amosomako akọ joining. All
right, People's Vondi, Chifu Atimokwa, Emrashi Bidweni on the ticket of the NDC. Yeah, Danoba Akoy, you know, lot of comments about your constituency, your person, and certain things that follow short of constituency. Until there's a school of thought, I believe we say we should look at say Obiwa Baimwa, no Obi oppositioner, and you're a Sefa opposition member of parliament in terms of development on the constituency, how I bet me bridging that gap. Compared to the opposition, the Obe can be improved to be a Zeko Biano, and I had the Kakra anyway. But and they are white because it's an outdoor, right? Or UPSC, and you may know so about your running mate. What is the uniqueness about this running mate? Moody outdoor in Bemi. What's so special? And go NDC for my encounter, a certain smile, a certain feeling. I don't miss a running mate or the presidential candidate running mate. Wow, then there's something unique today. I didn't know money. I just
what I mean, share now. Miss you, right?
Yeah, miss you.
Yeah, right. That's right. Now, share constituency for you. You know, say Chama Hakim day, and in Penifuna Jibra Moshe. Namin Shrobia. There are two questions now beside. First of all, development and your constituency as a member of parliament.
In opposition.
In opposition.
Yes.
And I feel so Nana.
Jane.
Jane. My main Nana briefly. Then I'll deal with the constituency. Nana, we're happy. Extremely delighted because she's very competent. And she's somebody you can trust. You know, her footprints are there. Vice Chancellor, the University of Cape Coast, the lecturer of that magnitude, a professor, you know, a minister for education who brought all these e-schools and e-blogs and so forth and so on. A woman who is always articulate and very, you know, nice in her delivery. A very sensible thinker, you know, but very loving and caring, you know. I mean, me ankasa no ma me no yeah. I mean personally, you know. Me ma make free mono. Ma me no ba me ma me no year say and or year campaign ma me campaign time no she's always with me. She will call me morning, afternoon, evening. She's a personal mom, you know. So me can't say mo be feel say you know it's because of that relationship. But she's just a nice person. And she's a developmental thinker. She reasons and she reasons properly. And so, I mean, we don't have any other person, you know, who have these kind of qualities more than her. But more importantly, Nyanko Pombo Riasino, Wabo Bema, and Wabo Ba. Nisa Ope Tikita, a yes solid and complete. John Dramani Mahama Bema. This is not about where you're a Muslim and that we are Christian. We are
to complete creation your body.
To complete creation, your body bema. Not only any woman, a very competent and very intelligent woman. You should be happy. I mean, there is no other choice to make than this woman. You know?
I shall say that for creation to be complete.
Absolutely. I mean,
a man and a woman.
There is no other,
wow.
There is no ambiguity about, and there is no doubt whatsoever that this woman is a vice president for the Republic of Ghana. 2025. And there's no two ways about that. In
2025, your belief is that
there is no two ways about it. You see, Menuya, that we go viral. Look, so we share Ghana said the Canada, Japan say Ghanaians do not need change. Change needs them. Listen. In fact, ya trase ye pensisa. Afen sisa mom na Ghana hwehwe Ghana for. Of course, yes. Menua, nenti se wo aboso kan ton ade asisi ya make say. Na se wa gibre hwe me. Na se na no John Mama bere so no, wo hia 3.9 billion. No wanya $100,000. Akofa no ma ba aboso kan abeton. Na me no ka say, wo hia 14 billion. Ni wako fanu ya maabeton $100,000. Na se wanya akwenya. Sa 3.5 billion di ohweso no. Wasanso baby o. Papa no ye economic mismanagement team leader. Muhammadu Bawumia. Enu so aba ohene. Come on, let us not insult Ghanaians.
Why na I don't know, I am play sa kind of amanyosem.
But the dear na ya amanyosem.
Enti
amanyosem ayo nipa ye die.
Nipa enti a dear pa na me so mebusa se na president Kufuor time pa bo so kan for nyoma no wo ho na John Mahama buy pa difference be money.
Menua,
I think one thing we have to have a conversation.
One of the things that happens, Brian John, President Kufuor.
I am a say politicians won't find a man because Adom number power. When we play back this conversation, the usual conversation, I'm going to say, you bet you be say. To get yourself out of that way, you can do better than to make comparison. Because me, Martina last week, I said, don't call 3 cities under Baumia or John Mama. And they will never go back. We have to be truthful first to the citizens, let them understand the realities of the situation, and provide solutions that they will pick from. So see, my question is 3. So how can we there? My solution to Sika, jump and $1 they call 13, mobile $1 6 and $5.
Okay, let me.
Those are what we want here now.
Let me
because if you come, the dollar will still not be at 13. It will go 15. It will go 16 there. Why the change?
Let me deal with that.
If you come now, are we going to stop dealing with dollar a day rent business now?
Let me deal with that.
So Mum provided those solutions for us.
Let me deal with that.
Now, because all these things we know our problem. You say petrol bar driver for to move. You say school. All the moment provision, moment solutions.
You see, the exchange rate issue, enye idea, enye manageable. There are some situations eye adichia adibesa untumi nya hohwe. But there are issues that are manageable and they are competent issues.
You have competent people to solve it.
Absolutely. Under no circumstances will the dollar be behaving like this when John Dramani Mahama become president. No way. It won't happen. Mahama will not let the dollar misbehave like this.
Jump.
No. You know why? Because we will do very credible investment into infrastructure, into industries, and we will make sure, say, Menuya, John Dramani Mahama, ye hunida, nya fe ni ebe huno. Oni panu a one promises or besi factory, our constituency biano. You can count the factories that he built. What you say? So we will not misbehave and run the city down. And no, they are so. John Dramani Mahama, or a very prudent and very intelligent manager. What you mean? Into no menuya, will be a man or catch us a John background or $1 no the or bois. It won't happen. It will not happen. In any case, why is the dollar behaving like this? Why is the dollar behaving? Why wouldn't the dollar behave like this? So a bank, that's the banking sector, no. We hear 9 billion. No, to media revival banking sector, no. That's a would jump us out 28 billion. Now they are collapse here. A better than a dollar in the air. Many so kasa one district, one factory. Now we buy one mobile CMB. Now some know say John a bubble over 50 billion. Now we buy bubble close to almost 800 billion. At the end of dollar in the air. Many what banu appointee ministers over 120 ministers. Many now obia that profligate expenditure. Now obia this kind of basa. How can you go and find more than $1 million or buy them a minister? In all these things, a better than a dollar don't call here. John Dramani Mahama is not like that, and you know it. I also know it. It's not like that. So look, let me assure you, Apostle Kaifo. Look, the dollar will come down under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
You can add one lie.
One lie. The dollar will come down under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. President Kufuor, obey, and you read denomination obey. What was the rate of the CD to the dollar and so on? Read denomination.
I can't wait.
Okay, so the point is
I
that
can't wait for
the
this
point
kind
is
of government.
The point is that
John Mahama's government is now describing who.
The point is that
now the John Mahama government is that these things will not happen.
The point is that
these things will not happen.
Why will it happen anyway?
Prudent measures.
Exactly. That's the point we're making. And that is why you need His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to implement the 24-hour economy. Economy that will run 24 hours without a stop. That is how we can solve this mess these guys are created. And I'm telling you on authority, you can hold my word for it. Listen, when oh Jesus Christ, please have mercy upon God. Have mercy upon God.
You are really out there to the world.
Why are you
telling them that this?
How I wish you can add all the media houses and project on me to tell Ghanaians that the solution to this country is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and partnered by Nana Opoku Agyemang, the professor. And there's no two ways about that.
That's the key.
You will see it live in Minya. John Mahama ba bemuno. The only family relation who be who say one aba John Mahama bemuno bino. Aya Joyce. Joyce na any cousin one, only one. Can you count the number of family members who are in this government? So in any case, how will you tell them to do the right thing if they are doing the wrong thing?
So John Mahama will not engage in family.
Why would he do that? He never did it when he was president.
So why would he this time?
Why would he do it this time around? How? Cecilia Momena, you hear critical measures, absolutely excellent thinking in order to take us from this kind of mess, terrible mess, horrible situation to a better place. Why would he do that? He will not do it. Listen, my dear, you trust John. I know you do. And I trust him too. Ghanaians trust John. And so he won't do this. Why would he do it? John will not go clearing his ministers when they misbehave. No. It is only John who put his own minister into trial, his own appointee into court, say and trying to say why engaging in financial. Okay, have you seen some in this government? Akufo-Addo, listen, even when special prosecutor had to do his job, not only Yemami Beko court, no. Now Akufo-Addo friend Abona Baso Akachira say, I know you'll be exonerated. In any case, Onipa no appointed who special prosecutor. Esi Mamini Nyeboni, how dare you go? Why would they be a seminar here? John will not engage in that. And you know it, I also know it. So these are things that we must all understand. Say the only solution today to Ghana problem is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Partners by Jane. Now look, consistency.
Remember consistency. Say the whole year campaign.
No, this is not campaign. There are two things. Campaign.
And a reality.
Campaign. A campaign. Realities are realities. Asema me ken nyina no.
Reality.
These are the realities on the ground. Listen, the problem we have in this country is that when we start fufu, fita, but when him, kwabana beka say tuntum.
I don't bibi o.
No, adjia to say tuntum. I don't live like that. I live on reality. I live on what is real. I'm a realist. I don't exaggerate. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, put him down. Put Akufo-Addo and Bawumia down. Choose one. Why would you have any problem choosing one of them?
3:16.
Why would you do that? He's a liar. I mean, this guy, don't mind him.
You pardon him because
how do you pardon somebody who said that when he comes as a vice president, you don't need to borrow money to fix our road. Just tow the road. You see, this guy think we are not intelligent. Listen, do you know today we have a minister for international borrowing in this country? Do you know that?
I have no idea.
Then you should know.
Bavondi,
why are we doing this to ourselves? Sometimes I don't want to get angry.
No, calm down. Bavondi said no crap pension say. Professor Jenana on to be instructed John Dramani Mama's only video. So it's a fact.
You see,
you can suggest
the man John Dramani Mahama.
But it's not about the person.
I'll tell you.
No, it's not about the person. If you want us to describe who John Mahama is, you get all the sweet words. Some of us from personal experience. The question is simple. The structure of governance. You think that the vice president can go out of his way to implement whatsoever good reasons or policies that he has himself by himself? Was that the case?
No. That is not possible. But you see,
he can be part of an administration that maybe you think there's
governance is not. See, when there is,
Mayor President.
Listen, when we practice democracy, when there is what we call democratic governance.
Yes.
You don't do things whimsically and capriciously alone. You don't just go your way and get things done by yourself. No, you don't do that. You need competent people to think together.
Yeah.
And so, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a perfect listener.
All right.
He reasoned with people.
All right. So
he reasons with Jesus. And the fact is that you can. Oh God. 27 December. You will see. And I'll tell you the percentage that John Mahama will get on this show today. I'll tell you. And you will write it somewhere. It won't fail. That's exactly what I'm coming to tell you. Look, we can't do this in this country any longer. We can't do that. You see liars, people who are here to wreck the nation. Say your mind, mind, and necessarily say, say your mind, passa. Who we are? You see, Adom can send me one of your sister stations. But when we declared to a president, he was supposed to be arrested. I'm telling you. Okay. Now, once I saw that solution to our problem is there. You want us to go and take another problem. Okay, why would you do that?
Mebaosu. You are Charles first I will share on Diana. Oh, okay. For the minute now, we
press some brutal.
So what is Moka?
Marty, catch a non-smile kakra.
No, he said, Ghana can move forward.
You crash everybody's business. Today, if you want to talk about the banking sector, if you want to talk about the insurance sector, why Ghanaians are suffering all over the place? Then you allow these people to be playing us up and down. Now, person better then I joke with them. Why would you not have
I would say.
My important Yambade Bede, Timpocho Mercasa.
I don't do that. You can have your way. But Ghanaians will have their way 7 December and Trinidad. Majai.
Mine, Mitchia, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, na Maman Tsunkwa. Na ijume biori bia no enden onkodin ye na ichia president na Dankwa Akufo-Addo the me kasa me ka the politics maybe we do sisian Ghanaians are what very discerning na my brother they bisan 2 questions. First of all, no constituency mobwa na iragin but already asem opedo bakanona no okay into when you are some na no pomobwa constituencies no anka
okaso be kana
no since our dog question say bisa no onu nyi ho are you getting my point into note what am no na into obane question no anfa kra wa kana some no ko you see where we are in this country now I would admit that humanizing recently Britain or recession a number so it's Ghana is not an isolated country but I mean make sisian some ba na better honam kada manu okototia mriza kushi because e kwiskad ketena kumfuma e kubibia mabusan for ho the same health access to healthcare education when you benefit anamoba. So if I come and sit here and then a liar, I will end up paying one way or the other. But so my politics is Ghana first. And so I be political party politics. There comparisons. $1 nesidiasem. And he's talking about President Mahama and then denigrating Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. I'd never do that sort of politics. First of all, because but if you come in and try to touch on emotions of people, everybody's watching. Because yet and politics we do it in such a way that and everything that we are saying is being recorded here. No, that's not where the substance is. There can be form, but it's not the substance. Now, Pasco Biya is a number. President Mahama only money that. Did we have tools of it? I hate to do politics of what about the comparisons. But your man get gestures. That's one number smile number. It doesn't mean that I was listening. And we had that for 3 years. Operation them now we're having a power crisis and it's being dealt with. You realize that the president came and said that may export energy pool to deal with the problem. You see, everything we're doing is in tandem with our population. Mobile. Odu baby no na po be of friend energy minister. Odu baby nya crisis kakra. But we were told that no they extend about yen capacity and it was done. But into when there's a problem, we don't actually politicize this and say that make a political party politics so they appear 2 minutes yenza kushi nyemfenji. It doesn't wash with Ghanaians anymore. But maybe some people would agree with that. But and people who are emotional never because of the macho. But majority of the people who are in the free SHS are after tomorrow then Oceanzi or your research, mobile, no nala or discerning or make informed decision. These things do not work because 1992 motuaba. But in politics baby wako in there. It does not mean that the MPP bian we. But and you know me remember number an MPP I don't know yeah me too. And then when you ask me questions, let me go and then check and come back. That is what we call credibility. But next year, President Mahama, yeka CCI, abo sisi dapa. But they are state institutions, mobile. Not a president, but not a minimum day, you panam yena juman otide. But you know be a juma hana samba. But sasa, nekado udam you pay me ndo today. It doesn't mean that you've about the influencer because they are state agents. Exactly. Because say I want to appointing. And the best manager is the best manager is the best recruiter. If you the best recruiter is the best manager because being your ability to recruit the right person
to recruit the right person.
Exactly. So in the recruitment processes, you failed. Then we have state agents. So we need to educate as I educate 3 arms of government, our parliament. The parliament where you mind then pass laws, and then you check on the executive. Near judiciary so and then within that state agencies no one into what we in special prosecutor where we are just ama yoko that on yami jurisdiction to onko one go for FDI mba now woman master of me we jailing I am dopa there President Mahama also about corruption he's going to deal with it and me poor metade so what the galamsey boy oba na say nyankopon ya do minyim so obabazo and me nyankopon but Ghana funo and I don't want to be complacent and too arrogant to Ghanaians. But one will be in Adom. And they all about the tracker, mobile, you'll be beer or washe. No, me just the water was at to Abame. No, what should not to Aban, Mamma means the President Mahama because Mr. Pasco Biya is an animal. Or no more, or be no cat say, Josie, no better cousin, Pogan, cast there. Ebia, then you pay $1 now, Bafumo, and I will explain how the dollar is going to dollar now. And you're yet overnight rock down. But up at us. One kade maba day ni day no be you. Also your mama trust him. Really? So what about do? Anambwa. What about just trust him? Word of mouth. No. Share, let me explain to you. Ghana I want. Kwame Nkrumah. No, I'm speaking facts.
This guy.
Kwame Nkrumah, the time na be 6 million. When we stay to the agencies are about glass factory ni na yenyi bia. Under which government no turning? Onye this year. State our friend and Diversity Implementation Committee
PNDC.
Yes. Okay, but there's a PNDC, they for no NDC. dodo na wom anamba ahoy brothers no wonyi ho your mom was deputy minister no onye keda no onye assemblyman he was part of it. Okay, 1983 128 state agencies were divested instead we can on kama ni nyina wotoni employment boom okufum moba. You said the private sector is the engine of growth. So when you are going to sell a company, you make sure that there's a buyer. But you don't just take them off. Now, under Kufo, when you bring out policy, there's a conscious effort to say this. And I'll explain how the dollar fluctuates. And we've always had this. You see, in the Ghana, Africa, we don't export more. Until out there be imports. Into my example, a biscuit, rich tea biscuit. What for wheat in Ukraine, mobile. Now oil so no so for Russia, and mobile. Into about will be a biscuit to a German, mobile. Okay, the war is going on. Into what's the bar? Sisi and one to Ama no bar cosu, wheat no bar cosu. One on a biscuit, the infant way or Germany and UK. The cost of production has gone higher. Yeah, biscuit mobile. Into what for ship was aba. You put your freight into our end use and our nature. I was you see the talk mobile. But no I'm doing best so CDP that's $2. That's how it is mobile. So your balance of payment is always in a deficit. Now somebody comes and also a conscious effort policy. One district, one factory. One say setting up now you don't make profit within a year. Mobile. My man break it down. Football, Arsenal, or go to players. Player not 100 million. They don't make the money on the same day. But I call Real Madrid. Player not that day will make Ghana mobile. David Beckham what turn 25 million. That day will turn shirts over 25 million cedis. Into what style of management? So when a setup company be our business plan over 5 years, I'll break even. The government's mammo incentives. Next in Zamanaiden. I'm a Dachi. Yensu to my export. Interquay your free zones where we scatter mobile. Free zones are no higher than free zones say export is the duty mobile. Net balance of payment. So it takes time. Until you be saying the upper structures the way this is where I don't forestall them in between that no one of our set factories will be imported them until about fluctuate but you be saying in the long run question babies are band okay damazia 1D1 FI in 15 etc 5 years that will break even until that will affect your dollar. Then you look at other sectors of the economy better harness ni the day what today yeah all ka say no ogufi or say bobo be in the besia agreed. But competence comes first. And he said that out of NDC, no, Jane Penner or qualified. No, they are not qualified people. But at that point in time, so on Penner, then it means that you have weaker people. You should say that she has stronger people to back her to do the job. And she say, "Kasa, now you are near by emotions. You will not be factual, and in the end, you go without communicating. Communication is your communication, your effective communication, and the efficient communication. I had attach emotions that will make us apart. Into America, in the Maslow, Mammy, President Mama, also corruption will be for the panic show. On an oiden, appoint to Mammy, Mammy, no America. Into all make statement in there. There he abhors corruption at us. Ned did not make more point to into America, but never the prison, number government, who would Minya Mayampa. He should issue a statement. So no appointing. On offend minister. No way good government in Yamasi. No way jail.
The prosecution of the woman. Who started the prosecution of
it doesn't matter who started. I am saying that. But uncle, Master Kasemi, MPP Ben Court, Boba, whatever it is. I'm saying that I'm not talking about person. I'm talking about the state institutions, and I mentioned 3 arms of government. I wait you manage a pass laws, Boba. If you saw the executive was why the judiciary is independent. No judiciary is today. Mr. President Obama, the president, as we win massively, Bobo figure doha. Figure as Bobo no unfair lady in there for phone call because when you baby there, madam, mo ejuma, ne gumeni masi. Morocco, me pedam correcting them maybe until Pochom, Yaden, Bragana never the jail, asam no uncoordinated. So you should come out and issue a public statement. Oban them America for no baby, I mean, some America say Ukraine, I ain't for no while. Moba, a one answer so issue warrant, one po back there, Yantamna Fabra. A one then we are seen to be doing something. Baba so and he would do this, he would no. That's you don't speak in a vacuum like that. Because Nipa no why then we be the president be there. I mean one say and this fool. was the nipa for bear and che bia mpochat man kana tese ba ye hunda no che ti or kada experience one fan brand o my no yanka fa be pele don bobo Black Stars yanka ka fa be pele don bobo Black Stars.
Just in your crossover acco a game pack, but just in President Akufo-Addo acts on KPMG's findings and recommendations on the transactions between GRA and SML. The findings, KPMG made the following findings. No technical needs assessment was done prior to the engagement of SML. However, such an assessment was not legally required for engaging SML. After SML was engaged, a Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributor Industry report, a 2021 Ernst & Young audit report commissioned by GRA, and a report by the Revenue Assurance and Compliance Enforcement of the Ministry of Finance all found that there might be under-reporting, under-declaration, and potential revenue leakages. On 3 occasions between June 2017 and September 2017, GRA sought approval from the Public Procurement Authority to use the single-source procurement method to engage SML to provide transaction and audit services. PPA did not grant approval. Subsequently, GRA engaged SML as a subcontractor to West Blue, which was already providing services to GRA at the port. SML eventually took over the services provided by West Blue when the latter's contract came to an end on 31st December 2018. GRA then added external price verification to the services offered by SML and signed a downstream petroleum audit agreement with SML. All these were done without PPA approval. Following a change of leadership at GRA, the new leadership sought to regularize the contract with SML on 27th August 2020. PPA rectified the procurement processes used to engage SML in 2023. The Ministry of Finance, GRA, and SML entered into a revenue assurance service contract. 2023 contract extended the scope of SML services to include upstream petroleum and minerals audit PPA. It goes on, and these are the recommendations. KPMG made the following recommendations. 1, the government acting through MOF and GRA may terminate the contract with or without cause upon giving 120 days written notice before the effective date of termination stated in the termination notice. The government may be liable to pay SML for services already completed but not yet paid, and the government will not be entitled to a refund of any compensation already paid to SML, regardless of the termination cause. In the event of termination without cause, the government becomes liable to pay SML a return on investment equivalent to the fair value of SML's investment in the respective contract. So it goes on the upstream. Okay, Mamen called the game pack from Ramiba. Then there are recommendations, and the president has also accepted the recommendation of KPMG and directs as follows. So the directive by the president, Eugene, Director of Communications, then Sasha Krata, we are saying, Yeko game pack aba, Yeba will continue. Taba Mamen called said before Timokwa, I am Rashibi Vondi, Anna in the house on area Charles BC. And so one of the Sikadoketan, constituency, Jogati constituency, son of my friend. My black on Jogati constituency. Says now it's going to be Charles BC constituency. Onionto constituency. These are the gentlemen here this morning. He didn't come about Ghana. He had that game pack for Swasi. Mamenka was saying, and Meka don't come be or Meka was at the actual, but they are no good. BBC already call break. Okay. In terms of how Ebeshama dollar ne promise yet whilst on stage and on political platforms for SML for the number SML for the it just came. Yeah, ain't mean can kind of just because of time, but ampa man paying directly KPM G4 so monko SML for contract no more no aba man paying the nsusu SML for the omunsusu ye e de aba nti em say nane china ya wiem ye be break be down now was went to magic break can at see because
that's nti dey I mean my explain me some you know but my brother no can say me also Kennedy can menwa papa or say Kennedy so dey hen nipa ne o man e change attitude no
Can't they change your attitude?
But the change is rather looking
Can't
for
they
us.
change your attitude?
Instead of us looking for change. Change is after us.
So we are even above change.
So if your
attitude,
interpretation is the same thing, the citizen in Portugal. See, can it not also Juma or there Konaya? Name Pokuri Budway.
Dabi, on your dam no can.
Oh, my uncle. Say me, I mean, Nipana Kanasum. Are they doing this? We're talking about discipline. It behoves of discipline for the citizenry. So what that change is looking for us, now maybe said the President Mahama Obaban a different Ghanaians no Bosho Wadana.
Anyway.
Exactly. And what was shown son. As when you move 4.2. No man airbeds with Mitchell but for no man. No, what's the Ghana for
I was the one supposed to speak.
Oh, the because we are so
conclude. Oh, me, I don't know. You're not Obom foul.
Vondi.
American Walasha. American Walasha.
And to what my own betas or betas. So all I'm saying is that your politics in Portugal. One in one cousin, Sabino. What Bob trainer, Mamma Jena. In some way, I can say, yet, you better to on today in Yazas no. Potata, Ubu, what been seen cry into Portugal. And Mamma in the dollar or Bocofum. But say, Yapa, near so, I'm a mamma dollar now from within a year, 2 years there. There are things that you put in place. And these are some of the foundations 1D, 1F, they need it. And the Moshe Bibi, Dr. Mahmoud Baumiazi Bibi about say, Bibi was sustained free SHS. So I do not obey no novelty mobile. Obey no. Grow. You have feeding problems. You want to obey double tracking mobile. We know what's about the hostels facilities for mom. And us there, offended private sector mobile with free SHS infrastructure. And the government will pattern a PPP. But when you do that, you are killing two birds with one stone. Why? Education, beef up education mobile, and education is the backbone of every economy. In the same sector, and private sector, and so have a strengthened one. And so these are the things that we feel the idea can. And I'm ready to be oh, what's say man, what's say man, A, B, C, B, but okay, be a solution. Be a also bring the person. No conclusion. The man can some kitchen. The pakuno okren wake born again and in a Ghana for you. What's the saying and that's my conclusion on that.
Okay, me solution be brave. Me de my. Many at your own tea. As a man say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, one of the issues are Ebema Ghana assessor a 24-hour economy. There's no two ways about that. We will run this economy.
24-hour
economy.
24-hour economy. Jibre, the next 8 minutes factory.
But that's very simple. 24-hour economy. Actually, say. We will not shut the economic down. Say yakwe juma no pa. Normally Ghana hano. Ukwe juma no pa. And you may buy no upon. Then all the institutions are shut down. And no pa near Sanswaba. I'll give you a typical example. So we call passport office, for example. What you say nipa be saline from anopa 8, anopa be 3. No ma be saline sa. Say the be a bedroom so to me ayebi. But when him the passport office will not shut down again. Untino, so we quite Juma no pa 8 o'clock. Now upon 5 will be baba a Juma 5 o'clock. No upon be a bay 10, 11. No be swaba into at the end of the day, no Ghanaians will have the opportunity to be able to access that service throughout a 24-hour and economy no running make a passport office no. That's one of them. There are some organizations they want to run 24-hour economy. But you see, also power no siso, electricity, air conditioners near the anajumuni nyina obeboka into obehwe na omo IF from anopa up to 5 no mapon. John Dramani Mahama say, so obebie no enyumre from 5 eba adibechia, you have incentive. You are likely to pay even half or even less than half of that tariff. Said the buyer you are encouraged. What it means is this. Into no way be no 24-hour no, you have the opportunity to increase your workers. Into what be school now utifia napco asay amino kasen crofo wo fi omo nye adwuma anye no, they would have the opportunity to get that work to do. And we are 24-hour economy. I'll give you another typical example. Meanwhile, one will say industries now ombeso omubie 24-hour in a day no. There will be a lot of productivity. It is a woman to mean manufacture and you are 10. Say so bet me manufacture 20. That is what they call 24-hour economy. The economy will not shut down. Mini ati hei. Akwa abrochire no mo kono mo ye adwuma anajo nyina. Ghana ha ye adwuma anajo ni bia se me ye adwuma anajo no. The 24-hour economy is a game changer. That is one. Point number 2. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will not appoint too many ministers. What the adwuma be sha wo mo say adwuma no mo nye
24-hour
me say that is point number 1.
I got 2 pages it don't fill.
That is point number 1. I've just talked about 24-hour economy.
In 24-hour economy, so that must become 24-hour.
Oh Jesus Christ! Will you let me talk?
Minister
Bondi talks about an economy that is not shutting down. Simple.
And that's 24-hour economy.
Ministers.
Oh, and I'm point number 2. What it means is that I had moved from the 24-hour economy to something else. I'd moved from 24-hour economy to something else to explain 24-hour economy. Oh my God! El Moria.
The economy is not shutting down.
That is what is called 24-hour economy. And I may say, that is it. Let's leave the 24-hour economy. The simple explanation is that the economy is not shutting down. Yeah. We work 24/7 and we increase productivity. There will be more job creation, and that is what we call 24-hour economy.
Right.
Simple. Number 2, the reason a dollar no be yen there. John Dramani Mahama, appointing many ministers, what by and why you there will be pesca with Akofie on the margin. So there will be no pressure on stealing money. It won't happen. Point number 3. When would that John Dramani Mahama obey so Obobosia on Fabosiano and share consumables mu or the Bosiano and share industries and infrastructure. The infrastructure na ye adwuma asan se tua ne ho ka ebi ni terminal 3 here Akufo-Addo ba anya adwuma wo a wo ye nen. So the fact is that terminal 3 will generate revenue. Said the best strengthen economy no. Wow, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama okoji Bosian one hospitals bebre bia osisi here no ebi rich hospital here wo ye ni nyina no de oye ni say that will bring revenue. Inti the city will be strengthened. Akufo-Addo ko Bosian ba no de nyina twananum spalele mini wo ka say Bosian ya Akufo-Addo abo nyina no ohene tirami ade ba kwa wode aya that is generating revenue into the economy in this country.
You should be worried. Okay,
there's nothing like that.
But don't be truthful. Like
oh Jesus Christ! Into what we knew, Boba couldn't the point I'm making to you is that
Sika from Mashibim under your watch, you know. What shall my president Akufo-Addo di? I won't find the
Asama make a on say. There's no doubt to say Akufo-Addo buy ye. What Bobo saying over 800 billion.
No problem.
You don't want to say it is not true.
No problem. You are representing my interest. What is 800? Mr. Yomati. Sa 800 buhum kunta chem say. If you say or the BBI.
Just a woman who are bodina me. The truth of the matter is that where this ikano it is into consumables. And a woman yes ikani nyina. My bought terminal 3. My bought KJTR market. My bought your friend is saying hospitals are John Dramani Mahama Sisi here. And the schools, listen. Hey, John Mahama, God. Listen, Papa no edi sika kakra onya ye no. Papa no dis oh Jesus, why would you let me? We should go on to talk. Papa no dis sika kakra onya ye no.
Yeah.
NCC school. Nya na e tro ye mra mo say. Every beba education no. Secondary school be progressively free. Nanso nyansa woni trimunti. Say ya progressively free na be free kra no a. Enipa be broso e wo school mu ho. Inti yanya den and was start a sisi schools uti amechira no inti sika no benya no what the sisi schools Akufo-Addo ba your brie floodgate boom yanko without planning what happened obi be go school 2 weeks no about 3 months and it is still there.
Okay.
Now, who be Sambi? Who be Sambi? Our constituency. Akufo-Addo say, Obi a 1 to Abamani MP no. Development be you should know we are also offering that. But there is something I want to tell you before I leave. It's simple. Dear, Nanado ni nkro for years is here and say, omu percent state institutions na ye adwuma no. Ye di omu share omu parliamentary candidates. into Uberian feeder road. Now, or betro a quanso, I say, yeah, reshaping. No, mama, or Mukandit in the picture kobo machine.
Okay,
those feeder road officials are with them who are Makufado, no, yes, I know. Be one, because your time will come.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Omahin, say a Dodge Bronia and Cajun Airport.
Oh, Dodgy Brunia.
Main Cajun Airport. I don't know about. You see, 24-hour economy. Elmam Chena. Okay, also Martin Abruchida. I'm not a member of parliament. Elmam Chena. So, Bronia could be fiduciary relationship. Ono no panch or do quote to laws or the 24-hour economy and Chorbaka says, oh, UK or 24-hour economy law day no other America or de mobile 24-hour economy moon lobby other.
Are we in UK?
No, so and
you think that laws are not made by human beings? We can't create laws that can let us do what will set our economy work. You think that is not possible? That 24-hour economy. Oh no, mama, they don't want whom I want you. John Dramani Mahama will implement 24-hour economy. Ghanaians who don't have job will get job to do. This economy will expand. We will make money. The dollar will reverse from this kind of ARE, and Ghanaians will have a job. The 24-hour economy is the game changer. I'm not a catcher. There is no two ways about that. John Dramani Mahama is our next president, and that would happen.
Okay, so
what say we are scanning in every country and 24 economy. Are we in UK? We are not in UK.
You know, as some American, Nigeria, no operant, no wefu. Na ya nkahwe ne ekọ eme hu da me cool
na wa ba nzira beka
makama asem
nkahwe
okay 1 minute pa asem da makama
nkahwe
24-hour economy. And when two man can law be out or
law about law in we are talking about the 24-hour economy. Allowing the economy to run without a stop. The economy will run without a stop. About law in we make law in parliament. If laws are required to implement 24-hour economy, we will make the law in parliament. No problem. And the 24-hour economy will work. Stop talking about law now. Can be Obama dollar but so can for return. $1 one CD. $1 Kufuado.
One day, Bacho.
So mine, if I put them doing now
about the 24 without law.
Them rude interruptions on you. Are they Magana for respect?
I want to try.
Oh, one day,
make the 24 one can law be. I mean, okay, more reiterate. There be a day. I want a woman parliament. Until oh, law be a while. Yes, the boy. But I will explain the 24-hour economy.
If you know what happened to us 2016, you will not be repeating it.
It is abazi demand driven. My mom for high example. What do you mean? And a paya by your mobile. What shall listenership no so mobile at prime time to BRT into the way them program mobile. And from what 12 o'clock will be added and work at your dabra because it won't be productive mobile. Now, 24-hour economic eka industrial eka do bia engage 24 ahwe ne capacity ahwe no market nipa hin normal na azi can I finish please every business every business every business or no target market anamobwa into time all the production or grown on name or your internal management decision okay see ya
you
na you 100 see ya oh your listenership uncle yen market will grow into here extra 20 personnel but we work 8 hours a day 8 hours loss and maybe a loss in bemye number of hours say human rights you don't have to work 8 hours continuously but that's oh uncle let me educate people.
Yeah, because Yanka don't nipa bako be ejuma from morning to evening. Yanka demo. Yes, ya bema mo nipa ye ejuma up to 8. No, obiso baba be triado. Capacity no reckon. John Mama ba no. Pharmaceutical companies. Mama won sika mo won boy we ejuma mu. Give them incentives. They open their business and then the economy will grow. Oya da ma ya wa ye one this one ever me constituency. What's one this one?
Many winners, Mr.
How am I disappointed?
I'm very disappointed
because people want to be members of parliament. And when we come and we do this, I don't know about doing how you monazi, you know, other about when the Oko Nigeria, okay, yeah, Mupi. So, no, it's no, MPO. Come on. You shouldn't do this. Madam, when we are communicating, it needs to be effective. Oh, my Mr. Day, it is Abaze. What it is that it should be demand driven. Until we jumum next me grow, number market grow. Then he said, okay, me here extra 10 people. Or internal management decision. Because on your government to catch you, because on your no break.
What government will not provide a neighboring environment. Businesses will not grow. It is government, John Dramani Mahama, who will provide a enabling environment so that the businesses will grow and that they will need more hands. The 24-hour economy is the game changer. Don't go there. 24-hour economy, it is the game changer. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will provide an enabling environment and the businesses will grow. And we will run 24 hours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before Timokwa, that's Member of Parliament. NDC. No,